Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. Look how long this piece of candy is. Alright, so for this week's video, as you guys can see by the title, I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple different things I think you can do in order to make a guy or a girl notice you. Because going back to school, there's probably that one person in your class that you have a crush on, but you don't know how to actually get that other person to like talk to you or just even notice you. I've been in these situations before, so I kind of know how you guys feel, and I came up with a huge piece of paper full of different things that you guys can do. So I hope that you guys like this week's video, and I hope that it kind of helps you guys out. And with that being said, here's the first thing that I came up with. So we've all heard this before, and everybody says this, and they say that looks don't matter. And I think that's really true when it comes to actually knowing somebody and like talking to that person and getting to know them and all that kind of stuff. But when you're dealing with a first impression of somebody, I feel like the way that they look, the way that they smell, the way that they carry themselves, all these different things play a part in what that person is gonna see in you. So I'd say first thing in order to get somebody to notice you is either smell really good, try to like look a certain way that like when that person sees you, they're gonna remember seeing you. Don't change what you look like for another person just so that they like you. But if you're trying to catch somebody's eye and you're trying to get somebody to notice you, I think there are certain things that you need to do in order to do that. I think that if you want somebody to go out of their way to notice you, you need to act in order to get somebody else's attention. And I feel like one of those ways is to like act confident in yourself. So if you have no confidence in yourself, you just don't like yourself, you just don't like anything about yourself, I think that gives off like negative vibes to somebody. And I feel like for us to be hanging around people who are negative and people who don't like themselves and people who are sad all the time and all these kind of things, those are not people that like you're attracted to. I think that you need to like look yourself in the mirror, tell yourself that like you're happy with who you are, and that whatever comes of the situation, if you talk to that person and they don't like give off vibes that they like you or whatever, at least you did that instead of not doing anything. Look yourself in the face and tell yourself that you are good enough to be around whoever it is that you're going and having a crush on. I think that it's really important in order to like make eye contact with that person, because if every time they walk past you, you don't look at them, you're never gonna get that sense of like how that person might actually feel about you too, and you're not even gonna know if that person is noticing you. If you're sitting down in the hallway and the guy that you like is walking down the hallway towards you, I think there's certain ways in order to tell if somebody likes you just on the way that they look at you. If you look at them and they hold eye contact with you, or if you look at them and they kind of like smile a little bit, if you guys have that eye contact and you like can feel something when you guys look at each other, then that's definitely a way that that person is gonna remember you. When I was in school, I never wanted to put my hand up to answer questions, and I know there's probably a lot of you guys out there that are shy, but if you're trying to get somebody like a crush to notice you, I think a really good way in order to get that person, if they're in your class, to actually see you is to answer some of the questions. And it's not necessarily to say that like you answer the question and like you know everything about the question. Even based on your answer, they'll be able to see like if you have a sense of humor, or if you like actually know what you're talking about, or if you're just somebody that's like trying really hard and they're like really confident in themselves, and like all this kind of stuff. I just think that if you put your hand up and answer at least some questions in a classroom that your crush is in, that eventually that person will start to notice you. So if you have a crush on somebody, make sure that you follow them on social media. Make sure that you like some of their things, or like comment on some of them, or bring up some of the things that you saw on their social media while you're at school. And I think that's a good way to like get that other person to like notice you all the time. And alright, so this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult, but I feel like if you want to make that connection stronger, I feel like it's really important to create a situation where you guys are able to get to know each other a little bit better. This is where you would either like send them a text or send them a DM. Having that person come and be with you so that you can talk to them is a very important thing in order for somebody to like notice you and to get to know you, because leading into the next two things, you're gonna want to, when you're actually with that person, like start to show them things that you're good at, or talk about things that you know, or show them a special talent that you have that makes you unique than anybody else. Just let them know like who you are and what you like and what you don't like. If you guys are watching TV, let's say, and that person goes to reach for the remote, you purposely, but like it looks like it's accidentally touch that person like on their hand or something, or just like bump them on the shoulder, I think it brings in a whole different connection. You guys have now actually, instead of just like looking at each other and making eye contact and talking to each other, you guys basically just held hands. So I don't know what else to do in order for somebody to like notice you other than like actually doing all of these things. I hope that you guys liked this week's video. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. There are like people in your school that you have a crush on that you're trying to get them to like notice you. Try some of this stuff out, because I think it will help you. Let me know in the comments if it helps you out. And with that being said, I love you guys so much. And as always, I will see you guys next Saturday in the next week's video. Bye!